Brilliance Audio presents Hawke by Ted Bell, performed by John Shea. The boy, barely 7 years old, was dreaming what was to be the last completely happy dream of his life. He was sound asleep in the top bunk of his tiny berth as images of his dog, Scoundrel, bounded across his mind. They'd just taken a small picnic down to the edge of the sea, just below the big house where his grandfather lived. Scoundrel was plunging again and again into the waves, retrieving the red rubber ball. But now some terrible black storm appeared to be howling in from the sea, and there was a voice calling him to come home quickly. And then someone was grabbing his shoulder, whispering in his ear, "Alex! Alex! Alex!" Yes, someone was shaking him, telling him to wake up now, even though he knew it was still nighttime. Could hear the waves lapping at the hull of the sailboat. Could see the blue moonlight streaming through the porthole onto his bed covers. Could hear the faint whistle of wind in the rigging of the tall mast that towered above the decks. "Wake up, Alex! Wake up!" said the voice. He rolled over and opened his sleepy eyes. In the dim light of the tiny cabin, he could see his father standing at his bedside, wearing an old gray T-shirt that said Royal Navy. His father's jet-black parrot, Sniper, was perched on his shoulder. The bird was unusually quiet. His dad had a terrible look on his face, almost scared, the boy thought, which was silly, because his father wasn't afraid of anything. He was the best, bravest man of all. "Time to rise and shine?" the boy asked. "Yes, it is, I'm afraid, little fellow," his father said in a hurried, gentle whisper. "You have to get up quickly now and come with Daddy. Here, I'll help you down." His father reached up with one hand to pull back his covers and help him onto the little ladder leading down from his berth. At the last moment, the boy clutched the blanket that he'd almost had since birth and gripped it to his chest as he descended the ladder. Then his father picked him up in one arm and carried him out of the cabin and into the dark companionway. They turned left, ran through the darkness toward the front of the boat, the bow it was called, his father still whispering in his ear as they ran. "It's going to be all right. We just have to hide you for a while, and you have to be very, very quiet. Not a single noise till Daddy comes to get you. Understand? Not a peep, okay?" "Yes, Father," the boy said, although he could feel himself growing scared now. They'd reached the end of a long corridor, and his father put him down. "What's wrong?" the boy asked. "I don't know, but I'm going up on deck to find out," his father said, taking him by the hand. The boy, still trying to rub the sleep from his eyes with a corner of his blanket, followed his father into the small compartment all the way in the bow. This bow compartment was too small to be of much use for anything, really, so it was just piled high with coiled ropes and boxes of canned food and other supplies. There was a wooden box filled with dark bottles of hooch, which is what his father called the stuff he drank up on deck every night before dinner. Behind all the boxes, on the forward wall, was a door. Alex had once stacked boxes under the door and tried to pry it open, thinking it would make an excellent hiding spot. He didn't know what was in there, but the door was always locked. His father used a key now to open the little door. "This is where we keep the extra anchor and mooring lines, Alex," his father whispered, "and a few things that we don't want stolen, like Mummy's good silverware from home. But there are other things in here, things I don't want anyone to ever find. I'll show you one right now."